Okay, here we have Battlefield in a box, Bestial and Chieftain's huts. So we have here medium hut, the large Chieftain's hut, and a small hut. These are by Battlefield in a box, which is a Gale Force 9 company, and these are part of the fantasy range. This is the Chieftain's hut. This is available on its own box, and this is part number BB540, and these two come together in a kit with two huts, and these are collectively known as the part number BB539. Currently, as I make this video, these are the only hut options that they do in this fantasy bestial range, but they're absolutely fantastic, and I can imagine a number of these set up in an encampment working really quite well together. First thing to mention, they're really well made. They're sturdy, good weight, strong. They're really well painted. They're painted on the outside and the inside, and you don't often get that, so this is a really good detail. You can see here that each of them have got these either tusks or animal bone ribs, etc., making up the strength of each of these hut structures. They've all got a hole, various sizes, in the top to allow smoke out, etc. And you know, this is the larger communal one, or Chieftain's hut. You can get quite a few figures in here. This is a really quite a large item. I'm going to bring a few figures in just for scale. So we have here a traditional 25mm figure, a 28mm figure, another 28mm figure, and a 25mm ogre figure. And I'm going to bring in a dwarf and hobbit just to finish with a little collection here. So we've got a hobbit here and a dwarf, so you get a bit of an idea of where you'd be with goblins, kobolds, orcs, etc. So absolutely, these townsfolk aren't like to be living in these kind of huts. This is far more ogre, orc, goblin, gnoll, kobold, wild beast, etc. All those kind of figures. But just for scale, this is what I'm trying to show you here. So absolutely, this is a 25 to 28mm. They say 25 to 35mm, so you've got a bit of leeway to play there. The way Battlefield in a box explain and define their scales. Absolutely comfortable for 25mm figures. 28mm might be ducking a little bit, but absolutely, as you can see, you can get a number of these figures even in the medium-sized hut. You can certainly get 6. Not too crowded inside the small hut, so you get a good feeling. In this last Chieftain's hut, you'd certainly get a good 20 figures in there, probably actually, let alone them charging out as a bit of a horde. And as you can see, the ogre's quite happy to just go through the actual entrance. If you're the kind of person that likes to actually be able to drag the figures in and out through the entrances, this works really well. They cost between £15 and £20 per box, which is roughly $17 to $25 a box, depending on the exchange rate. They're actually a New Zealand company, but generally available around the world now, much more easily available. Really glad to see them. They're very sturdy, very strong, well made, and I think a fine addition to the fantasy range.